So, let's play some Standard 22, huh? I mentioned at one point I wanted to play Spirit of the Aldergard in this format, and it seems sweet because this card draws a snow land specifically and draws Faceless Haven here. And Faceless Haven is a 4/3 with Vigilance and stuff, which is great, so your bear threat comes with another threat. This deck is doing lots of blinky things here with Teleportation Circle. Exile an artifact or creature you control that return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Can blink Chariot, can blink Spirit, can blink Skyclave, can blink Spellbinder, can blink Professor of Symbology. We've got lots of learn spells here in the sideboard, and we've got 10 ways to accelerate ourselves. We can play any of these cards on turns 2 to play any of our 12 4-drops on turn 3. Something that's also kind of sweet is Emergent Sequence has the downside of your opponent being able to kill the land you ramp into. And if you use Sequence and the land doesn't get killed right away, you can cast Teleportation Circle to blink the counters off your land and put it back into play as just a land. So, seems like a sweet core here. Let's dive on into some games with this and see how it goes. Yeah, it's fine. We played red-white equipments in Historic, and it was much worse than all the other decks people play in Historic. If you're watching this on YouTube in the future and you're wondering, Jeff, why isn't there a red-white hammer time video up on YouTube? It's because the 35 minutes of me losing with it wasn't worth uploading. So if you really want to watch it be awful, you can look it up on the Twitch VOD. But people always ask, Jeff, how do I know which YouTube videos are worth watching? I'm just not uploading videos anymore of decks that are dog shit trash. So if you see a deck uploaded to YouTube, it was probably interesting or had something worth watching about it. It's combat damage to a player. They lose a life, mill a card, you gain 1 and scry. Your creature attacks, we pay 2, it can't be blocked. It's cute. Okay. I fear the Reaper, chat. I was afraid of the Reaper. So that being a snowland means I could go ahead and Blizzard Brawl these, which is nice. Get that out of here. Honestly, there's been a ton of sweet things in Standard 22. Like I said, everything that ends up on the YouTube channel is worth watching. There's over half a dozen deck videos up there since this format opened last week. And encourage you to just check that out and scroll through and look for something that seems interesting to you. Tried a lot of different things that have seemed reasonable. Untapped snow plains would be really, really good here. Activate this and let us start attacking with this at some point. Alright, time to hop in the Cadillac here. I think Wizards of the Coast, the only thing consistent about the things Wizards does is that they're inconsistent, so It's hard to say what they're doing. So they did have a standard 21 queue last year that went up early similarly, but it didn't go up as early as this one did. So if I recall correctly, the standard 21 queue last year went up like halfway after the set released. So maybe they understand that there's an issue. It went when Amonkhet came out. Yeah, that sounds right. I wasn't playing Magic then, really. I wasn't really super paying attention. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Oh no! Don't bounce my Cadillac. How will we win the game without the Cadillac, chat? Is this a rogue? Oh, it is a rogue. Interesting. People still trying to make rogues work. So, Cenotaph, your comment doesn't really make sense, or your comment shows a misunderstanding of how development timelines work for these things. So, they're not using this current standard format to make estimations for standard coming in the fall, because all of the cards that are coming in the fall were designed a long time ago. Like those have been in print for a while. The fact if Magic wasn't a boomer card game, that might be something that they were doing. But because Magic has the boomer card game component, they can't use information from right now to balance things, because those things are already like coordinated to be printed and stuff. Elog, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this morning. Thanks for the entire year, Tireless Tribal, or as I like to call it, 1 March. Welcome back. If my opponent has a crippling fear off the top, they could be in this game still. Thanks for the bits, King. We've got Spirit. Yes, we do. We've got Spirit. How about you? Alright, hop in the Cadillac, Bear. Spirit Bear driving the Cadillac, chat. I have found the attack with all button. Is it enough? Narrator, it was enough. Dynasty, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. I don't mind people not conceding who are dead on board, but like there's a Magic card that exists that could make them not dead on board. But like in that last instance, right, like there isn't a card in the format that stops him from being dead to the attack, so like, why waste my time? I'm gonna bottom the forest here, I think. Blue black fog, something like that. Innkeeper, I really like the design on Innkeeper. Like, has this effect that's, like, kind of decent, but and also, like, is pseudo-ramp for you. Oh, there's a perspective of they could have the quests. Okay, that's fair. Do I play Tangled Florahedron? I think the answer is no. I think I want to be able to, 1, threaten to block the Lotus Cobra, and 2, I want to be able to play this even if they have the, like, Blizzard Brawl. They could kill my Florahedron to stop the bear from coming down. Yeah, like this is great. See, thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I really appreciate the support. Wouldn't be here without folks like you. Welcome to the channel this morning. And then our spirit here will go fetch us up another Faceless Haven. Nice. So a little flooded here, but a number of our lands get to attack. This card having reach is very silly. I agree. I wonder if when they design a card like this, do they commission the artwork and say this card has reach, put a bow in it? Or do they just, like, commission the artwork, wait and see if it has a bow in the artwork, and then decide to give it reach? Longtime watcher, since you're uploading streams of testing Renegade Rallier and paper with a proxy. Thanks for hanging out and sticking around. Renegade Rallier, man. It's been a hot second. No spells, no problem. Okay, so Spirit trades for Cadillac here. Unfortunately, Cadillac probably means we're dead. We were doing okay not having spells up until this point, but I don't think our current draw is going to be able to best a Cadillac. So this forces a trade at least. And, like, we look like we're kind of at parity, except we know our hand is garbage. Okay. Right on time spell. I think this is a little too slow. Needed that a turn or two sooner. Yikes! This card seems so unnecessary in their archetype. Like, I feel like this green deck with all the creature lands, like, already gives control deck fits. It's like playing this kind of grindy element on top of everything else seems unnecessary. The reach creature for the rubs. Upwards, backwards, forwards. It's fine, chat. We'll get him in the post-board games. Yeah, I mean, that game was really close until the cat card came down. Had a real shot there. That seems great. Innkeeper into Cadillac, into Teleportation Circle, start blinking the Cadillac. Is the Cadillac in a Teleportation Circle like a Back to the Future type scenario? I think that counts. Honestly, could see playing more copies of Innkeeper. Innkeeper with Chariots, like a lot of life game. Just got a job offer, so I get to leave the company full of conservatives. I am happy for you, Grizzlefluff. The Teleportation Circle comes strapped with the flux capacitor. I'm telling you, it seems like it does. Oh no, chat! They're gonna break my Cadillac, chat! That's so rude. So, this Goblins deck is actually something that's incredibly... Yeah, it's actually something that's incredibly awkward about the current format, because Goblin Trashmaster actually won't be standard legal in the fall unless it's reprinted in the fall set. But this is a new player experience card, which is always legal in Best of One on Magic Arena. Which, normally, the new player experience cards aren't competitive, so it's like not a big deal that they exist. Okay, and they didn't sack... They didn't sack to kill my Cadillac, which seems like a mistake. Yeah, they forgot about the flavor text, for sure. I think that'll be game-winning for us, especially with Teleportation Circle next turn. Hey, thanks for that, Quintavis. Huh? So do I just Skyclave the Battlecry Goblin here? Fortunately, we just have more efficient things than Teleportation Circle to be doing here. Climbing on up the ladder. Beat it doo 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 doo. Beat it doo 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 doo. Croakies. It's good enough on the draw. Might not be, huh? They're playing something aggressive. Hand's just not good enough. Yes. So I'll bottom. Do we bottom the Skyclave Apparition? Because we technically can't cast it. Or do we bottom this because it's worse against decks that play to the board? Let's do that. Yeah, he's been posting about mono green a lot, so I feel like mulliganing, hedging that. They're playing something that plays the board is good. There's a good chance that we just get run down on the draw this game. Oh, they're Teamer. Interesting. Oh, are they playing like the treasure deck? I've seen some Magma Opus decks. So that 31 months flash, welcome back. Really strong start with the Sentinels here. I'd be surprised if we're able to keep up. Foretell, so I assume that that's an extra turn. So, do we want to Spirit so we could grab Plane so we can Skyclave Apparition something at some point? Getting Esika's Chariot going has a lot of appeal though too. Just drop the Cadillac. Yeah, I mean, I think Aldergard's Epiphany is probably the most powerful thing you can be doing in this format. Goldspan Dragon's up there as well. They're two great flavors that taste great together. And we probably just die from here, I imagine. Because if this is an extra turn spell, they have a bunch of chances to draw another extra turn spell. So this means they attack for 6, so double Epiphany is always lethal. I don't even think Innkeeper is likely to matter here. They're gonna kill us by a lot. The fact that they're gaining a bunch of life here also puts it pretty far out of reach. Triple Ramp Dork, basically, with the Innkeeper on the play. Like, even our best draws. Honestly, our draw wasn't bad here. It's just, like, not good enough to erase what they have going on. And our interaction doesn't line up profitably into what their deck is trying to do. Yeah. Like, if this was a best of 3 match, like, this wouldn't be in our deck post board almost assuredly here, but we don't get nice things like best of 3. Yeah, seems pretty good. want to draw a third land in our first couple of draw steps. It's untapped, but if we do, we get to go this into this into this. Even if we draw like a non-white land, Spirit gets to fish up second planes for us. Okay, sick. Thanks for the follow, MX. Welcome to the channel this morning. Cast Tiamat. Is that, are we talking about modern Tiamat, or is there another card I'm not remembering? Thanks for the biddies. Just clarify for me. We'll make sure we get added to the queue. Now, something that's a little bit sad, the fact that this is one of our 2 non-snow lands here means that this cannot block a 3/3 wolf. Oh, the 5-color dragon. Got it. Yeah, in. In for 5-color daddy dragon. What's it called? Legacy and Historic were such dumpster fires today. We might even do that today. Play this for like another hour or so and then build a deck. So how about if we Blizzard Brawl this, attack you for 4, play Teleportation Circle. Kim Pakuman, thanks for the follow. Good morning. We're gonna start grabbing Faceless Havens now. This deck seems very reasonable against mono green, which is again, like, I cannot stress enough how good it would be if mono green is one of the best decks in this format. Because decks like mono green that care about attacking and blocking and board presence, there's so much counterplay to those style of decks. So many different things that allow you to have interaction and back and forth against them. So we'll Skyclave Apparition here and take the Swarm Shambler, and then we'll Teleportation Circle, blink the Skyclave Apparition, take the Old Growth Troll. Bye, friends. Hey, thanks for the biddies, engineer. All right, we'll brew and play Tiamat after we're done with this green-white deck. I promise. Yeah, honestly, my thoughts on this deck so far is I kinda want some more Innkeepers. Cadillac. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana total. I think I want a Spellbinder into Cadillac here. Let's Spellbinder first and get a look at what they have going on. Thanks for the follow, Raj. Good morning. Opponent's seen enough. Not another 1/1 green Innkeeper. You know, honestly, we haven't drawn. It's funny, I've got 4 Emergent Sequence and only 2 Innkeepers, and we haven't drawn this yet. We keep drawing the 2 Innkeepers. And I think I might, like, I feel like I've been happier that this was this instead of this every time. I think I want to just, like, move this 4-2 split in the other direction. Like, the life gain isn't nothing. And, like, our deck doesn't need sustained ramp, right? Like, our deck tops out at 4. So, like, only having ramp for 1 turn is mostly fine. Yeah, in... Uncharted games. I am not familiar with that series, but you're also not the first person to recommend it to me. Should put that on my watch list for PlayStation. Put Uncharted on watch list. I have a number of games that are like waiting for a sale on. Kidder, thanks for the quarter of year. Welcome back. Tomb Raider series is good also. Noted. Is Tomb Raider on PlayStation? It is. Okay. The easiest way you can tell I'm an adult gamer is I have a small backlog of things I plan to play already. But I'm always looking to add more to it if I can get things on sale, so... Unlike most adult gamers, though, I have an excuse to play, you know, 8 to 10 hours of variety games a week on stream, so that's how we're getting through the backlog. It's the real reason I added a couple hours of variety at the end of the stream each day, chat, so I can play through my video game backlog. And then, because we have this, I can go ahead and cast Spirit off the treasure, and then Spirit finds us the other... Which, honestly, this is another reason why I think 4 Innkeepers is correct, because once Innkeeper ramps us to this, this finds us the land and we can cast everything else, right? I wonder if Jeff would like Undertale. There is a... one session of Undertale video up on my YouTube if you look back and play it. It was fine, but it wasn't really for me. I'm not a huge fan of turn-based games. Batman Arkham Knight, I got a free copy of with my PS Plus, and it's on my backlog to play. I think Omnath is safe to unban post-rotation. I think the value of unbanning Omnath is minimal, and the chance it does something that's awful is not unreasonable, so just leave it banned. I think unbanning it is a low upside play. Not a fan of turn-based games. Well, so Magic is actually part of the reason why I'm not really huge on turn-based games for the other things that I play. Like I get that type of experience here. So when I'm playing other things, I'm looking for a little bit of a different gaming experience. Do the Batman games play all the way through? Have we died? I think we've died, chat. Yikes. Okay, so I could Skyclave Apparition this. We can Elite Spellbinder. Get rid of this because it's a blocker. And then I'm not dead on board. And we attack for 9 here and we threaten lethal on the backswing. close game. They have a way to kill Skyclave Apparition, we die. We just gotta go for it, right? I have any removal spells here, we're dead. I'm surprised we were this much in this game after they princed for 2. Prince off of Goldspan mana seems real strong. Am I dead yet? Yeah, so Deadly Dispute, I think, is a card I definitely undervalued with Village Rites being in the format. The fact that this makes a treasure and can sacrifice treasure. So, for starters, the fact that it makes a treasure basically means it only costs 1 in a lot of instances. And the fact that it can sacrifice treasures also has a lot of upside in different spots, which is nice. My opponent's either, like, working while they play or they're dead here. One of the two. They're taking a while. Do you have the removal spell? I'd have conceded if you would have just cast it to start. It's just like I don't mind losing, but I don't understand why we had to wait 80 minutes and click on 600 different things and they didn't even need to block, right? They could have just cast their thing before they blocked or activated and not made me wait. Just it's very rude. It's I don't mind losing, it's a game and whatever, but just don't take an extra 2 minutes of my time while you do it. No ramp spell here, but we're on the play. We've got Skyclave into this against a creature deck. Okay. Nice. Nice. Just need to draw a 4th land tier in our next 2 draws. We'll be in a great spot. Message Warrior, thanks to 11 buds. I'm spending my mana to kill their thing that probably doesn't matter here because I'm just going to be spending my mana every turn for the rest of the game, so might as well. I think we're just playing Chariot here. They don't really have anything worth blinking to kill, so we'll just get this down and then we'll start making cats with the circle. Marty, get the flux capacitor. We need to get the Cadillac and travel through time to get more cats. All right, one strike of lightning, please. Yeah, it's the Cadillac, chat. It's a car that makes cats. What else would you call it, chat? Our Cadillac converter seems to be functioning well. Yep. There's a lot of things in this format that gain you life when creatures come into play, huh? It's a shame there's not a second ramp card in here. If I had an Innkeeper or a second Florahedron, we'd snap this off, but this one's gonna be a mulligan. Sedge. Okay. Professor with Circle could drag us kicking and screaming back into the game. We'll grab Environmental Sciences to guarantee the third land. Or the fourth land, sorry. Hey, sounds good, kid. I'll take a peek at the details on that this evening. This afternoon, once we're done. Definitely want a second white. We already have second green. And then Professor's been known to get drunk and brawl a little bit here. Finish that attack. I had a professor like that in college, yep. It might actually just be Annihilation. I just kind of need to survive until we get to Mascot Exhibition here, right? Wow, brutal, savage, wrecked. Thanks for the follow, Jersey. Okay. Does deck want to Pest Summoning the board? Yeah, it might. The deck I copied didn't have one, but yeah, just for like board presence sake, I think you might be right. Think we want to be looting? No. No, because I'm getting rid of this. And then we're getting a Mascot Exhibition right now, right? And it's rummaging, Bob. You discard and then draw. Zoomers these days, not knowing the difference between a loot and a rummage. Are we dead here? It was 12? Yep. I can't even read. A pest summoning would have been very good this game. I like the idea of adding that to the sideboard. Just having the pest summoning would have been like a gain, like 8 to 10 there. I feel like Reduced to Memory and Annihilation are redundant. I'm going to get rid of one of them. I think we need to exile target thing. Hyper Fencer, thanks for the quarter of the year. Welcome back. I love the lesson mechanic. It really makes me wish... It really makes me wish that... The lesson mechanic really makes me wish they would have given us a 4 to 5 card wish board in Constructed, so that way we could play lessons better in best of 3. The fact that you have to give up sideboard slots makes them a lot less interesting. And like here, right? Like this is why Innkeeper I think is actually better than the other 2-mana ramp spells in this deck. Because like they killed it, but I still get to play my 4-drop on 3 here now. You think we just Cadillac? If I hadn't drawn the 4th land here, I would have Spirited to guarantee my 4th land for next turn, but because we drew the 4th land naturally, I think we get the Cadillac down. Okay. Oh, I should have animated this in response. Although I guess there's also merit to not animating it, because now I get to crew this and attack and they can't double block it, which is nice. A little bit of a different build of green here. So, do we Innkeeper now so I can start gaining life in this race, or do I Spirit to hit harder? I think I Spirit to hit harder, right? Oh, I could Innkeeper into Aldergard? Yeah, that's true. This technically only costs 1. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for pointing that. I missed that counting. In my head, this cost 2. It's a good catch. I might want to attack with the Faceless Haven next turn. Yeah, it's a good catch. I'd have been up 2 life here. We would have gained 1 and gained 1. It doesn't matter. They're super dead. This deck's been super reasonable. I agree, Bob. This format seems sweet. The amount of attacking, I'm a simple man. If attacking and blocking feels good, I'm usually happy with the constructed format. How was Biomutant yesterday? It was very reasonable. The combat seems like it has a good depth of variety to it. I don't think I've fully grasped the character building yet, but that's not atypical. I usually enjoy Black X mid-range decks the most. Whether that's red-black or black-green or black-white. Usually black paired with a non-blue color are the types of decks I like playing the most. Types of play patterns those decks tend to generate. Yeah, the PS5 backwards compatibility has been really good. I haven't hit any bugs on the PS5 that weren't present on the PS4. Kalani Ambush is a sweet card for mono green that I've not seen people play. That seems very good. That seems super strong. Land that lets you murder something in a pinch like this seems great. Yeah, I think there was a small list of games that technically weren't backwards compatible, if you look, but it is most things. And honestly, you know, talking about that Pest Summoning, I think Pest Summoning is actually the pickup here, right? This is gonna buy us a lot of time. And I have 4, 5, 6, 7, so I can go summoning into circle next turn. Or are they gonna Cadillac instead of attacking? Why not both? Yikes. So... I don't want to attack with that one. I want to blink it. Games like this are why there's 2 Mascot Exhibitions in the sideboard. The last 3 turns, I thought those were Tomb Scars and I was really confused. As always, the deck list is available on your screen. You can also type ! deck in chat to get a link to the deck list. Hemingway Whiskey, thanks for the 10 months. Welcome back. Alright, so we're going to 7 here. I don't know that our mascots are going to be able to get us out of that. It's a 4-4, a 3-2, and a 1-1. Really surprised they didn't kill the Tangled Florahedron. Would have cut us off of casting this. Llanowar Visionary Legal in this format. It is. It's our best draw here. Probably a Cadillac of our own. Yeah, Cadillac of our own. Let us stabilize this board because of the Teleportation Circle. Rats. We're not ramping to 5, Bob. Our curve stops at 4. And I think playing that card for the sake of, like, making Teleportation Circle draw cards isn't very good. It's kind of awkward for curve purposes, too. Too many flux capacitors and not enough Cadillacs, chat. It's gonna happen sometimes. Drawing multiple circles is awkward. It's really true when we don't have a board. Like, you look at that game that we just played. We only drew like 1 card worth blinking the entire game, right? Which is definitely a little bit below average. Our deck has what, like 24 things worth blinking? 20 things worth blinking? Our opponent is 65%. I assume we're about to get memed on. Is Tybalt's Trickery still legal in this format? I think it is, right? Grab sciences. Science, bitches. So we can, So, I think we do this on this one first. So that way we can Teleportation Circle, blink this, only give them a 2/2 when we take this next turn. Yeah, also, like, blocking just doesn't have a lot of value there, right? Like, why do I want to throw this away to gain 4? I'm not even convinced that we're necessarily going to be blinking this, but on the off chance that we might, it's definitely worth waiting. I also could, like, take this and trade for the 2/2 now. Which is probably the line. Okay. I mean, I think we were ahead there, but I don't think we were a lock. The forest is where they draw the line. Yeah, if their last card was a blank, they were probably over it. Yeah, super in. Love it. Innkeeper, bear, teleport the bear. Teleporting bears, chat. Gosh. I do love that these snow duels appear to be playable because the artwork on them is they're just gorgeous, chat. They're so pretty. There sure were a lot of good Eldred cards. You're not wrong. Alright. I think we just need to do the Spirit because we need a guaranteed land for next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my creature land here because if they're playing blue-red dragons, Skyclave Apparition's not very good anyways. I regularly refer to groups of people in actual life as chat. Especially when we're like playing board games and stuff. I don't think that they appreciate it because calling someone chat has a lot of implications with it, but you know, that's my default descriptor for a group of people. It's an insult. I have 2 of these, so I'm going to lead on Circle. If this resolves, I'm still pretty happy with it resolving, and if it gets counterspelled, I'm fine with it being counterspelled. Last Sins, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel. The old play my land and then cast Expressive Iteration. Some bold strategy, Cotton. Pretty big miss sequence here from the opponent. Alright, hop in the Cadillac, gain some life, attack for 6. This bear drives the Cadillac quite well. Thanks for the follow. Good morning, good morning. I would bet the multiverse does not have an answer to the Cadillac and the Spear Bear. Thumbs up. Oh, Prismari Command would have done it. Yeah, that's true. Prismari Command definitely would have done it. My favorite deck in the standard format. Well, I played the red-black mid-range deck in the tournament I played over the weekend, so that's definitely my favorite style of deck that we've seen played so far. Black-white Angels is a close second. We were talking about this a little bit ago. Black X mid-range are definitely my favorite types of decks to play in Magic. So Angels are red-black for sure. Jund. Okay. And Cleric Shell is worth exploring. I think there's a lot of things worth exploring. Create one or more treasures, make that many +1 instead. So I should Skyclave this, right? I want to save Blizzard Brawl to deal with... I want to save Blizzard Brawl to deal with the Goldspan Dragon that's likely coming. No dragon is good for us. Reasonable to splash a third color. If your deck has access to treasures or fixing from like Emergent Sequence, it's okay, Bob. Without explicit non-land cards that fix, it's very difficult in this deck. What do you want to splash for? Maybe because we have Sequence and Innkeeper here. D-Boy, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Just hanging tight for now. Well, after this game, we need to build a Tiamat deck because someone donated for it. So maybe we'll just copy this opponent's deck. Their deck seems like gas. Alright, so this is 5. I can make it 6. I can make it 7. I can't quite brawl to kill this. They have so many good cards, chat. I think we're dead, right? Not even just cards, they have so many dragons. Alright, well, they took the bait, but I don't know if we could win. We killed the 8/8. The rest of this still feels exceptionally bad for us. Opponent's commander deck is way cooler than ours. You're not wrong. Man, this card blocks so well, too. I mean, that's a Cadillac. Gains us a little bit of life. So I can fire this up, attack, still play Cadillac post-combat. None of these have haste, right? They attack with this too. Force a trade so they have less mana. Because even if they cast Goldspan next turn, I'm going to get to Cadillac gain 2 with the Innkeeper. I have an intense desire to fling this bear. The creature land... what's it called? The fling land is still legal. Nah, people have been playing a ton of Tiamat decks in this format. This format's sweet. Oh, they could have pumped Inferno with Goldspan. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Kazul's Fury is legal. They've pumped the brakes for a turn. Do I throw away the Cadillac for another 2/2 for next turn so we're wider? I think the answer is yes. I could also crew off of these two and attack with all my 2/2s as well. Maybe that's the line. I don't think I'm dying to this next turn, right? So I'm going to 14. They have to block with this eats this, and then they have to block one of these. So they still have 4, 5, 6. If they draw land, they could cast Goldspan Dragon. Goldspan Dragon plus this is 10, 11, 12. I'm at 14. I don't think I need Spellbinder as a blocker here. It's a shame. It feels like we're like one creature land shy of winning this game. We had another Faceless Haven. And they could, yeah, they could trade 2 for 1 here on these. Okay, and now they're down to 2. We have a lethal attack lined up for next turn. Yeah, they're dead even before this Blizzard Brawl, right? Because they go block, 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 take 2. What a sick game. What a sick game. I can't believe we beat the dragon. That was impressive. Like, yeah. That was really awesome. And like games like that, like I said, really highlight why I've been enjoying this format so much. Because there's so many games like that where being able to count on board states and figure out permutations of how attackers and blockers line up and thinking through racing situations is a skill that gives you an advantage. So something that I often hear parroted from people that I think aren't very good at Magic is there's like this mindset that like control decks are like the big brain hard to play decks in Magic. And they're really not when you think about it. The games where control decks are good, you just 1-for-1 your opponent a bunch, occasionally line up a sweeper well. The things in Magic that really involve things being complicated are board states like that, where attacking and blocking matters, and there's lots of when both players have lots of creatures, there's a lot of permutations you have to go through to figure out how these things could play out. Combat, yeah, it's true of Runeterra too. Combat is the most intricate part of these games, and when the games involve a lot of combat, they're more complicated. Games with small board states are not difficult on average. All right, so how crazy is it to Professor Rummage a Florahedron looking for an untapped land, so that way we can go Professor Skyclave 4-drop, I think is my sequencing here. Get a couple more draws at it still. This gives us our best chance to curve out nicely here. Alright, no Cadillac Converter from the opponent here. Nice, perfect. So, who are we skyclaving here? I think it's just the troll. I think Eldraine made people worse Magic players. Why would that be the case? I don't understand. Great Rice, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the channel this afternoon. I think I'd take the trade when they offer it, huh? Spirit or Cadillac? Spirit or Cadillac? I think it's Cadillac, because Cadillac gives us the option to be a little bit aggressive next turn if we want to. This lets us go like tapped land, bear, crew the Cadillac, attack, make a token. We're still at 19, so we use our life total as a little bit of a resource here. Tatasumi, thanks for the follow. Asherim, good morning. And then the tap land tier into Faceless Haven next turn sets us up for double Spellbinder, which is nice. gosh, Blizzard Brawl is just so good. We trade these. Are we dead? I think we're dead. Elite Spellbinder's been really mediocre. These games, Elite Spellbinder feels like one of the many cards that's a little bit sad with the queue being best of one. Yeah, the format's pretty aggressive, so a lot of this format feels like it's about playing to the board, and the fact that this doesn't do that is really mediocre. Yeah, but like if Spellbinder had been a different card there that played to the board, we probably also would have been okay. I don't know what our other options are. Enters the battlefield. Filter rare, mythic rare creature. What do we got? Yeah, honestly, Paladin might actually just be the play. Because, like, with Teleportation Circle, this lets you venture twice a turn, because you can attack and then you can blink it. And then it makes your board bigger. Yeah, so we're going to be done with this one for the set. But I think after seeing how those games played out on average, I think Nadar is a card that I would like to see. The Pan Delver lets you kind of be more controlling, and Tomb of Annihilation lets you be proactive and aggressive when you're the beatdown. So I think that's probably what I end on. Elite Spellbinder does not feel good with how board-centric this format is, with green aggro being one of the best things you can be doing. So I think I'd swap this out. Honestly, something else I could see being true too is maybe we don't need maybe we don't need 10 accelerants here. I could see maybe trimming the Emergent Sequence. Like, this is the worst of our 10 accelerants. And maybe you play more Blizzard Brawl, or you still leave 2 Elite Spellbinders in just to have a touch of that. But more interaction in the form of removal wouldn't be terrible either. All right, we are going to